shut down the oil sands. We need to phase them out.
It's often been said, never attribute to malice what can be explained through just stupidity. Do you ever feel that everything's just broken? That everything just feels wrong? It seems like every government service is just taking longer, without explanation. Nobody knows why, but everyone's experiencing the same reality. Nothing's working quite right. Well, the government seems to be asking the same question. Recently, I was going through Budget 2022, the budget that Chrystia Freeland tabled in the House of Commons. She read the speech. The speech was wonderful. Deep within the documents, this graph that showed really a disturbing story. Not only does the government know that the country is broken, but they don't think it's going to get better. The graph is the government's projection as to how Canada will grow over the next number of years, going out to 2060. It talks about Canada falling behind all other developed countries when it comes to the growth on an annual basis, on a per capita basis. Well, what does that mean? What difference does that make to Canadians? Well, it means jobs for young people. It means prosperity for the country. And quite frankly, it means being able to pay for healthcare and all the services that we as Canadians depend on. The government knows that things are broken. They're admitting it right here. I think it was an accident that they included it, but now the secret's out. But it shouldn't be a surprise to most of us. Over the last number of years, we've heard announcement after announcement after announcement of cancellation of large projects here in Canada. We used to be the place where everybody wanted to invest from around the world. Unfortunately now, people are going elsewhere to make those investments, and Canada is getting left behind. We can all remember when Warren Buffett decided to cancel his investment here in Canada and pulled $9 billion out of Quebec. Of course, many of us remember when TransCanada changed its name to TC Energy because they said it was too difficult to get projects built in Canada. They're still building pipelines, but now they're building them in the United States and Mexico. And at a time when the world is desperate for liquefied natural gas, Canada is sitting on the largest reserves of untapped natural gas. And at one point there was 15 different projects for liquefied natural gas terminals proposed for here in Canada. There's only one project that's going ahead now, and it's taken over 7 years to get approved and built, and it's not even ready to go yet. Germany, on the other hand, built an import facility for liquefied natural gas in 194 days. In Canada currently, it's 250 days to get a building permit for any project approved. In South Korea, it's 28 days. Not only are companies divesting from Canada, but Canadian pension plans are also divesting from Canada. Every month when you get your paycheck and you see the deductions that go to your pension contribution, you'd imagine that that money is being invested here in Canada. But you'd be wrong. The pension funds have decided that Canada isn't a stable place to invest. They're taking that money elsewhere, to places like China, to Europe. They're taking that money to other places where they can get a better return for their investments. And why are the pension funds taking funds abroad? It's because they have a responsibility to invest where they can get the best return. There was a time when they invested here at home. Now they're going elsewhere. There's some in this country, including many in this parliament, that will tell you that the solution to these problems are just more government. Well, it's been tried. Canadians can't afford more government. What we need is to unleash Canadian potential, Canadian creativity and innovation. Canadians have always been the solution to the challenges that we face. Can you imagine what kind of a leader Canada would be right now if we were supplying the world with liquefied natural gas? European countries and countries around the world are desperate to get off their dependence on Putin to supply their energy needs. They're looking to countries like Canada to fill that need. Canada could be the leader, and Canada should be. Building these types of projects and expanding our resource economy isn't just an opportunity for us here in Canada. It's also our responsibility to the rest of the world. It's important that we're not forcing our allies to go cap in hand to countries like Russia or Saudi Arabia or other dictators and despots to get their energy. It's important that they're not being forced to help fund wars that are happening in places like Ukraine. You're right if you believe that Canada feels broken. But the solution, the people that can fix it, are Canadians. And sometimes the most important thing that government can do is simply get out of the way for Canadians to be able to unleash their creativity, their innovation that will create opportunity and prosperity for our country for generations to come. It's time to elect leaders that actually believe in Canadians. So you can decide if it's malice or incompetence, but all I know is that it has to get better. But I'd love to hear from you. Let's keep the conversation going. Leave your comments below, share it with your friends, and let me know what you think. And as always, thanks for watching.